These were the dramatic scenes in Lahore this morning outside the cricket ground. The government wearing backpacks and firing at the Sri Lankan team convoy.
Once an incident like this happens, you want to demonstrate to people that the country is safe, and that wasn't ever going to be an easy process.
We've got 220 million passionate cricket supporters. We firmly need cricket here as a nation.
The cricket is of absolute quality, of amazing standard. The fans are absolutely passionate. It's a beautiful country.
We know what sport does for any community. Sport brings people together.
The MCC playing here, I think it's exceedingly important.
We were third day, I think, of the test match. Driving to the ground in the bus with everyone. One of our fast bowlers made a comment that the wickets are so flat that he's struggling and he needs something to happen so that, you know, we could all go home quicker. And he got his wish about 30 seconds later.
Top story on the telly this hour, the terror attack on Sri Lanka's cricketers in Pakistan.
There were noises outside like firecrackers, and a yell from the front of the bus saying, "They're shooting at the bus, get down." So everyone realizes what's happening. We hit the deck.
It's a bloody game of cricket, and we're in a war. It's not the way life should be or sport should be.
Bullets whizzing by, going through the bus. Everyone's trying to stay as low as possible, not get hit. Unfortunately, a few of us did get hit.
7 members of the squad were injured.
The security personnel in the front convoy vehicle, they all died within the first few seconds of the firefight.
I looked up towards the driver, who was still sitting in his seat. He'd done a magnificent job in parking our van next to an ambulance to try and give one side of our van a little bit of protection. And all of a sudden, I saw a blood spurt come out of his neck here.
6 police officers, 2 civilians were killed.
It made cricket itself seem so much more distant to real life. And a lot of the things that we used to complain about before, about touring, about all the little things, were put into perspective.
Today is an extremely sad day for cricket, a sad day for mankind.
For the foreseeable future, I don't think the international sides will go to Pakistan.
The images of what happened have gone all around the world, and cricketers will be looking at that and making decisions. I think Pakistan will struggle to host any cricket for a while.
I was actually working for Chance to Shine then. I'd just taken over as chief executive, and I remember getting a couple of text messages from some friends who just said, "Have you heard the news? The Sri Lankan cricket team's been attacked," and you just fear the worst. And I've got to admit that when that actually happened, I wondered whether cricket would ever come back here.
My first reaction, apart from the distress and dismay, was that I don't think there's going to be any international cricket in Pakistan for 10 years. And unfortunately, that's what it turned out to be.
It can never be easy playing cricket in exile. Pakistan has it tough.
We've had to move our cricket to the UAE as our home series, and that's cost us a lot of money. And there's a number of lucrative series that we haven't played. So we've kept our head above water, but, playing cricket in the UAE wasn't sustainable for us.
Pakistan's paid a huge price for this. From the cricketing side, our youngsters in Pakistan had not seen the international players play here. There's no better way of spreading the gospel of cricket, promoting the game, developing the game, than have young children to come and see cricket matches in our country.
We had these cricket-mad fans watching their heroes play thousands of miles away in the UAE. A guy, Azhar Ali, our test captain's played nearly 70 test matches, had never played a test match in Pakistan. And that was the reality. These guys not walking out in front of their home fans, the fans not getting an opportunity to watch them. But the financial burden on us as well was becoming pretty big. That needed to change. We firmly need cricket here as a nation in order to remain sustainable. Pakistan now is as safe as anywhere in the world. We as a country had to take a good look at ourselves after that incident around the safety and security that we provide around players.
The situation within the country was not great at that time. There was a creeping influence of various vested groups who had their own agendas. It was certainly avoidable, and it should have been avoided. People hadn't followed the security protocols that they should have, and there was certainly a lapse. It was clear that if we were going to deal with that security at a political level, there had to be a very hard decision that had to be made. And between the governments of the time and the army, that was done.
The lessons learned have been very clear, and that is that you've got to be as tight as possible with your security, and that's certainly something that the country has been. The work that the security have done and the government have done in cleaning up the country around the security element has been incredible. There are isolated incidents that happen on the borders, but they're very much away from the major cities, and the cities have now been incident-free for a very long time. We've seen recently in Sri Lanka and New Zealand that nowhere's safe. We see incidents happening in London all the time, and for us, I think our margin for error is pretty low. So we absolutely have to be on top of our game with our security, and we provide high-level state security now, and we're pretty confident that we can provide a safe environment for all players who come over here.
Once an incident like this happens, no one's going to take your word for it. You want to demonstrate to people that the country is safe. And the only way you can do that is by confidence building, by getting them to come and see the country, change the perception of the country. And that wasn't ever going to be an easy process.
The MCC are known as the Marylebone Cricket Club, the oldest and most prestigious cricket club in the world. We've been established for 232 years. And we're lucky enough to be the owners of Lord's Cricket Ground, and that's where we're based.
I never thought I would become MCC president, or didn't really have an ambition to be, but it's a great privilege. It also enables me to work with the game that I love and that has given me so much, and also represent MCC in the manner that it should be represented both in the UK and overseas.
We tour every year. We try to tour every region of ICC. This year, for instance, we've been to Nepal, Uganda. We're going to Uganda, Argentina. So we go all around the world. We pretty much try and cover the globe, visiting associate countries, developing countries. It's quite rare we come to a full member nation like Pakistan, but obviously there was a special reason to do that.
It's a cricket tour, and cricket's given so much to me in my life, and I think it's wise for me to give back to the game, and certainly coming out to Pakistan is definitely a part of that.
At the heart of it, MCC is just a giant cricket club. And so coming to places like Pakistan, Nepal, Sierra Leone this year as well, we think that's a really important part of what we are as a club. Our mission is to be the finest cricket club in the world, working for the good of the game, and that appears to us to mean that you have to push the boundaries of cricket and go to places and build confidence, and that's really the genesis of why we're here.
The tour to Pakistan was discussed at many stages with the World Cricket Committee to bring international cricket back, to have the supporters, their cricketers return and play top-class international sides at home. And after having discussed it for a couple of years, Wasim Khan was the main driver behind it, because he came and he was so passionate in his presentation.
It was quite a tough one. Initially, I was invited by the MCC World Cricket Committee to come and present on safety and security and really show how far we've come over the years. And so, there was the likes of Kumar were in there, Shane Warne was there, and others. So that was the first step to do that, to really sell in where we are now as a nation. And then it was really to open the dialogue with the MCC about bringing the tour over. We've had Sri Lanka come in, Bangladesh here, but to get the MCC here after 47 years was going to be a huge step forward for us. So I was just pleased that we were able to make this work, and you know, the side are out here and having a great time.
The challenges were, of course, number one, getting the security clearances and the arrangements done so that everything would be secure. That was uppermost in everyone's mind. And once that was set, I think going ahead was a no-brainer, really.
We very quickly drew together a plan, managed to compile a good playing squad, and of course our President Kumar was fundamental to us being here in many ways. So it came together relatively at the last minute, but it's really been a long-term ambition for us to come here.
Ultimately, the message is that, look, the MCC, you know, we set the laws of the game, but we were also there to promote cricket. You know, since Wasim Khan came part of the PCB, the one thing that he's wanted us to help him with is to bring cricket back to Pakistan, especially an English team. And once we kind of had some information on the security around the tour, it was full steam ahead, really.
Ajmal Shahzad has been a huge help to me, the head coach at MCC, to put this squad together. So we got a core of a squad. I always had in my mind that I'd like an element of British Asian players to be on the trip. Obviously, we wanted Kumar, our president, to captain the team. The whole story about him coming back was such a powerful one. It made a lot of sense for him to lead the team, and he wanted to do it. And then the pieces fell into place.
I have great memories of playing here in Pakistan, especially in Lahore at the Gaddafi Stadium.
Before I even met Kumar, I was hearing from certain commentators like Wasim Akram and others that, you know, Kumar was really keen to get cricket back into Pakistan.
And I've had the great pleasure of playing alongside and against some of the greatest cricketers to grace the international field that have come from Pakistan.
His support has been unwavering all the way through. Considering he was here in 2009, he has had no doubt in his mind that things would be safe here. He knows the importance of getting cricket back here as a nation. We've got 220 million passionate cricket supporters. Cricket and politics are the two things here. Sometimes, sadly, they mix, but you know, getting cricket here is the most important thing for us, and to get the likes of Kumar championing that has just been immense.
I think what he's doing is beyond words. This really encapsulates what cricket is about, or should be about the spirit of the game. I just cannot thank him enough for being here after what happened.
The press has been amazing, really. Not only in providing some of the impetus for us to come, but also he is a global superstar. Nothing is too much trouble for him. He's a brilliant ambassador for the club. He's incredibly popular. He's done thousands of photo opportunities during the course of this week. But also he really gets it. He understands it. He's been reflecting on the time that he was last here in 2009 with the awful attack on the Sri Lankan team. And it's sort of come full circle for him, but he's been a major component of us being here, and he's been the focal point, I guess, for much of what we've done.
The MCC playing here, I think it's exceedingly important. We're fortunate to have had Sri Lanka back. They were the team that was attacked in 2009. I'm really grateful to them to be the first team to come and play a test series in Pakistan, followed by Bangladesh last month, and now the MCC. I think MCC is for us vitally important because it gives a signal to the rest of the world.
The word of mouth is the strongest thing that we actually have. We're confident now the message will be very, very positive and very strong. As far as I'm concerned now, there's no reason for countries not to come.
We hope to host England in next year and Australia thereafter. I'm sure this particular visit by the MCC is going to be a significant factor in encouraging them to come.
It's a great feeling to be back. I never thought I'd be back to play cricket here. I had opportunities before, but there was always that nagging concern. But today's a different feel. Walking outside the ground, so many people out here to watch the game, so many people welcoming us 10 years on to come back here and to reflect on what happened to us that day, how we kind of got over it to get back to playing cricket, and then making the journey back in 2020 with the MCC to try and encourage people to look past that event. The journey's come almost full circle now, and the people here are hungry for international cricket to come back. It's great to be a part of that effort. So, yeah, really, really glad to be back here.
The crowd was spectacular, lots of energy, Goose Pimpelesque. It was very, very good. Those people have been waiting for a very long time to see an English side come out and tour.
There isn't a great deal for the common man here in Pakistan, and cricket is the one love they have. They grow up with it. Cricket runs through their veins. There's 2 cricket talk shows on every single night. That's the level of passion and interest there is in cricket in this country. And, you know, it's been wonderful to get the MCC here. They've been so engaging. They've seen the hero-like reception they've received, and that's how much it means to the people here.
People need it here. It's the biggest sport that they have. And we know what sport does for any community, not just here, but anywhere around the world. Sport brings people together.
$18,000 people, effectively a club team coming here. Isn't that incredible? I honestly believe a lot of the people came because of Kumar Sangakkara. They wanted to show their appreciation to him for coming back. And it was very touching to see how appreciative they were of that.
Straight to the man, unlucky for Sangakkara.
Just shows how much people have missed international cricket in Pakistan, and to see international players come and play here.
The tour has been an incredible success. Every day has been a tale of the unexpected, really. The lads have experienced new things. The welcome has been incredible. Cricket's been really good.
Have you enjoyed the tour so far?
It's been great, hasn't it? Hospitality's been amazing. You know, they've looked after us, you know, very, very well, haven't they? You know, everyone's been so kind. Food's been unreal. Cricket's been good, hasn't it, as well?
I think it's a great experience for some of those lads who never probably been to any part of Asia. I think that would be a great learning experience for a lot of the lads. Certainly some of the food they would have tasted in Lahore would have been a great experience as well.
We have been treated like absolute royalty, haven't we? I mean, we've had 10 armed police cars, an armoured van. Every time we've been absolutely anywhere, the entire city has shut down. And we are honestly not this important.
No.
I think they've thoroughly enjoyed their time here. Just generally, the people have treated us so well. So I think each and every one of these boys will go back with a very positive message for everybody back in the UK.
What are you going to be telling people about Pakistan when we get back?
I think just the general message that it's safe. You know, the cricket is obviously outstanding. You know, they're a great cricketing nation, aren't they? But, you know, the safety aspect was probably on everyone's mind when they came out here. But, you know, it's been absolutely quality, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Everyone's been so kind.
Yeah, that's the thing that stands out for me, mate. The amount of people who've come up to us and said, thank you for coming to Pakistan, thank you so much for being here. And the amount of people who just love cricket here, love chatting cricket, love playing cricket. It's been absolutely amazing. So, yeah, brilliant experience, and I'd recommend anyone to come.
Definitely.
It's been brilliant. The guys have really bonded really well. We've had some great cricket. Everyone's really enjoyed their time. The results on the field are not what really matters on this tour. It's the purpose of it and the message that this tour will carry to other cricketing countries around the world.
All of us that love cricket want to see Pakistan be at the forefront of international cricket and playing matches, and we think there's a great opportunity for international teams to come back to Pakistan in the future.
I believe there's going to be very little resistance, especially after this MCC tour. It's the boards that have to get comfortable. I see no reason why they shouldn't. Everyone who's been here, you know, once they've been here, they see the arrangements, they feel comfortable.
The cricket is of absolute quality, of amazing standard. The fans are absolutely passionate. It's a beautiful country with great facilities to play cricket, great history and tradition of cricket. And sometimes you have to take a leap of faith. You have to trust that the arrangements in place, the people involved, We had to dodge a cricket ball while doing the interview. But I think it'll really take England, Australia, South Africa, a side like that really coming here and touring to really break those perceptions, change mindsets.
When people come here, they see what the country's about, they see the hospitality, they see the safety element within the country, and I think it's something that really it is about seeing is believing, and I think hopefully the MCC guys will go back and tell everybody about what a great experience they've had.
It's a much safer place than it was, Pakistan. Obviously the security that's gone into it is superb, and I'm hoping that the MCC and this tour sends a message to everybody across the world that it's a great place to come and it's a safe place to come.
For us to be here and then to enjoy Lahore and Pakistan and their hospitality, I think goes a long way to show that international cricket can return to Pakistan and should.